Hi everyone. Today we're gonna do concealer application. It's very easy and simple, and I just want to say some people put their concealer on after their foundation, but I like to do mine before my foundation. So whichever way you prefer is fine. It's just up to you, but I prefer mine before my foundation. You want to keep in mind that your concealer is going to be 1 to 2 shades brighter than your foundation. And this is just to give like a highlighting effect underneath your eyes, and also because our skin, especially on our face, is not the same color. It's not one color all the way around. If you notice, around your forehead and your the perimeters of your face is slightly darker than everywhere else on your face, as well as underneath your eyes. These areas are going to be darker than your entire face. As you get closer to the middle of your face, your cheeks and places like that, your nose is brighter. So the concealer is to balance everything out, your foundation and your powder. When you're applying concealer, you're going to want to pat it underneath your eyes and close to your lash line, just like this. You don't have to use your fingertips. I'm going to show you the tools that you can use when you're applying your concealer. You can also layer your concealer. What you're going to want to do is, once you put on one layer, let it dry just a little bit. And when I say dry, I mean just let your face soak up the color a little bit, because it's not going to actually dry and set totally until you apply the powder. So just let your skin absorb the concealer and the color, and then you'll know if you need to add another layer or not. Sometimes people will need to add a peach color or some type of bisque color or even a mint green, and those are known as correctors, not actually concealer but correctors, for redness and dark circles and things like that under your eyes, and they'll counteract with the undertones in your eyes, under your eyes. Keep in mind that the skin under your eyes is very thin and fragile, so you want to be as easy as possible underneath your eyes, because it's so thin, so to speak. So we're going to go ahead and show you concealer brushes. This is one brush, it's kind of fat and tapered, and you use this for a smooth application with your concealer if you want to reach like really wide areas. This one is more rounded at the top. This is really good when you're reaching your outer corners and underneath your lashes. And this is a smaller tapered concealer brush, really good for the inside of your corners, and also under your lashes as well. Some people use a sponge to apply the concealer. I prefer either a brush or my fingertips. A couple different types of concealer is a concealer wheel. This is by Mayron, and this wheel is just there's different shades of concealers in here. That's why I like that one. And you can also use a spatula, a cosmetic spatula, to scoop this out. What I like to do is either get it out with a brush or either a spatula, and I put it on the back of my hand to let it warm up, and it goes on a lot easier and a lot smoother. Then you have the this is just a regular concealer stick that I got from MAC. This application is really good as well because it glides on, and it heats up automatically once you start to put it on your eye. Then there's the squeeze tubes concealer. It's MAC and Mary Kay. So then you have the concealer compact. This is MAC as well. So I'm going to be using Mary Kay today. and I'm going to put just a little bit on the back of my hand. Take a concealer brush to put it on, and notice whenever you're putting your concealer on, you're just going to want to pat it, and then you can blend it with your fingertips, but you're going to pat it with the brush just like this to get a more even coverage. Okay, and some people use a hydrating eye cream underneath their concealer before putting the concealer on. I do sometimes. I'm not using one today because I don't use it all the time. So some people need it and some people don't. But so I'm just gonna put this concealer underneath my eye. Remember to get as close as you can to your lash line. And I'm just going to pat that finger and just blend that in and pat. And I'm also going to take this Airspun loose face powder. It's translucent as well. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to dab just a little bit on my sponge. And just go underneath my eye. Okay, so that's it for the concealer. Keep in mind your concealer will be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation, and you're going to set it with the powder. And also, if you need to layer your concealer, that's fine as well. You don't want to do it too thick because you don't want it to look cakey. And so yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me, get in touch with me on Facebook or Twitter. And thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing if you have, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.